country. And on the way, Ross, they will have a number of tasks to fulfill, or clues. They get clues or questions or whatever that they've got to.
A lot of people refer to it as almost like a photo rally. Bits and pieces, amazing race. We cut bits and pieces from everywhere to try and make it entertaining and not just one sort of thing all the time. Here's the Lloyd's entered Mini.
Austin Mini,
Yeah, Francis and Carolyn.
This is what I meant earlier on. You don't want to drive on a surface like this with those low profile tires.
He could have parked it on the side and walked.
Of course he could have, yes. But why should he?
This is Teresa and Ricky from AutoWorks. They're one of the sponsors in their M5 BMW.
With the lucky number 13, I noticed there.
Yeah. Last year's winner, Marius. Mickey Mouse, you'll notice a bit later, they've got little whiskers on the side of the car and they've got ears.
There's a farm there. There's a farm there.
And the nice thing is they jump out of the cars. It's not just driving the whole time. On the second and third day, they only do about 250 to 300 Ks. But it'll take them quite a long time.
Yeah.
But they jump out of their cars and experience different things.
You find that competitors share their answers?
Share their answers, a very diplomatic way of putting it. I call it cheating.
Okay.
But yes,
I just noticed some, walking towards the other guy and looking at his book and
that's exactly what
comparing
happens.
notes.
Who would you find for an appointment? Do you want to answer? I'm going back to this.
Barbie?
Indeed, Barbie.
Yeah.
These books have been sponsored by Burlington Data Print, so fortunately we didn't have to outlay the cost for those, so very nice of them. And they do cheat. Getting back to your question, they cheat and they cheat a lot.
And here we have the non-intelligence agency at work.
Lack of intelligence agency. You can see the Cannonball Run dollars there that's been handed out. And a nice thing with that is that there's no cash then being transacted. The dollars go directly, have already been purchased earlier, and all that money goes to the Quadriplegic Association of South Africa.
See what I mean? Beautiful part of the country, some fantastic roads there also. But of course, you've got to stick to the rules of the road.
Yep.
No dicing, no racing.
See, now they went through to Zanin and then up onto the Machobuskloof Road. And then
this is towards Johannesburg.
That's it.
That's right, yes. Normal working day, of course, so lots of people next to the road as well.
They had to jump out here, got a new clue book and had to run around the town and answer a few clues. It called chaos in the town. Or village is probably a better word.
Johannesburg, absolutely, yes. One of the biggest secrets in South African roads is the road between Johannesburg and Zanin, the one that nobody ever takes, believe me.
The trip out this morning, a bit challenging with the clues and sent us running around a bit, but no, it was a great morning so far, and we hope to end off on top of the log.
And it's a beautiful little village, as he said. Just look at that.
You would have seen earlier the Lumina, the Chev Lumina, the black one of Chris Black's. He's been in the event for a few years now, and there's a bit of a surprise coming for him a bit later. A good surprise, that is.
Not often that people in this little village see these kind of cars coming through their town.
Yeah, when we told the lady that we were coming through, she said, I've got to phone my son and all their friends, and they've got to come and have a look at them. So here they are, they're coming out of, they've left that village and they're through now to just near Polokwane, just outside, to the oval track. And the South African champion, current South African oval track champion, he lent us his car, came out and showed us what to do, and everybody got an opportunity to jump in the car and set some times.
Oh, excellent. So, of course, this car is set up for an oval track, whereas a normal road car would not be. So that's a very, very good solution. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is, really, to go around in circles, and I'm not being funny.
Well, I got an opportunity to do it before the guys arrived, and I set up quite a competitive time, but you're quite right, to hook it up properly, it's not as easy as it looks. This is just a warm-up lap before he puts the hammer down. But wonderful experience, and the guys who put it on for us is a huge thank you to them.
And oval racing is big in that area. I know that they often have events there. So what happened in the oval tracks? Well, Peter and Pedro did it. They did not drive in the Audi, but that's the way they scored. And after day 2, the W crew, Ricky and Rob, lead Zach and Sonia in the Maserati from Philip and Sean in the Porsche. Join us after the break for day 3 action of the Roundtable Cannonball Run Africa 2009. 3 of the Roundtable Cannonball Run 2009 at the ranch still in Polokwane, and everybody getting ready for the day's action and the tasks that lie ahead of them. What's the basic idea here, Ross?
Jump out of, they had to find this hut that's got no roof. It's only bricks and a few pieces of wood, and they had to work out how many pieces of wood were attached to the building.
Okay.
It sounds a bit odd, but when you get 4 or 5 of them all running out there, no, there's 25. No, there's 26, and they have to recount it and recount it and recount it until they have
Okay, listen, first of all, is this the correct one?
Yes, they're at the correct place.
Because what you will find is that some people will say, no, this is not the right place, and then because everybody stops, they think it's the right
I think this is the wrong place.
place. Exactly.
He's an old head at this. He's like, no, it's the wrong place. Go somewhere else, guys. And meanwhile, he
Chase them
stays.
away,
And,
yes.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so they're on their way now towards Vivo, right?
That's it.
Going north.
Heading north out of Polokwane.
Can be a pretty boring piece of road, that, but of course very much more exciting when you see cars like these.
Mark Gilbert's come all the way up from Cape Town in his GT3 RS. He spent a little bit of time in the cop station on the first day, but I'm glad he could.
No, really?
No, I don't know what happened.
Okay, so that remains between the two of us.
Yes, no,
Okay,
indeed.
all right.
And Mark, of course.
And him, yes. Now, is this playing games or what?
Yeah, this is Brett and
Okay.
Kelly. How many years have they been doing it?
So gaan hierdie missie saak. Wat gaan hy doen nou vir ons? Gaan hy vir ons nou moet ons 'n bietjie dit is nog ook 'n ons calculator. Nou moet ons nou gebruik.
This caused confusion. For the guys who've done it before, they've had 1 or 2 of these before, so not a problem. For the guys who haven't, it can be a complete mind twister of note.
Okay, so just explain, what did they have to do here?
On that board that you just saw, there's a whole lot of different companies, and each line was either A, B, or C, and then each one down is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's a cryptic clue thing, and you've got to work out what that letter is equal to this number, and then work out, and you get a phone number. From there, you've got to then phone the phone number, and the person on the other line tells them they've got to then go towards all days. The problem is that they've then got to follow their clue book, which of course many didn't, and 5 kilometers later they were turning right, and a lot of them went to all days.
But this is an interesting point on the route, the tunnels.
Yeah, between the 2 tunnels.
Yes. And what are they called?
Good question. Hendrik Verwoerd. You know that guy?
Yeah, he's a relative. many years ago.
So on our way back to Polokwane and to Savannah Centre, they were very gracious to allow us to do this event, which was a huge success.
Gymkhana, the final competitive event of this year's Cannonball Run.
That's it.
But first, some charity work.
These guys are from Centenary House here in Polokwane. They, as you can see, are quadriplegics, and we are going to be handing over specialized mattresses to them to the value of 10,000 Rand each. There are 6 of them. They've been kindly donated by Respiratory Care Africa, and maybe Sean, you can let us know a little bit more about the mattresses.
Right, thanks, Ross. Firstly, the mattresses that you see there are a mixture of gel and air, and they're an overlay which basically gives the current mattress all the properties of a specialized hospital bed. And it's a great privilege for us to be involved in this donation and to be participating in the Cannonball Run 2009. Thanks for the opportunity, Ross.
Well, that's always great. The sponsors make a big contribution, all of them, to an event like this.
They do. Respiratory Care Africa have been sponsoring for 4 years. You've got Lamborghini who've been involved for 5 years. You've got Lloyd's TSB International now involved as a primary sponsor. And you've got so many other sponsors that really facilitate a function like this. Because quite frankly, the cost of an event is not covered by the entrance fee.
Yeah.
So the sponsors need to assist with that, to make it accessible for the people to take part, and then also to have something left over to be able to facilitate the charity handovers.
Of course. Okay, so now we are into the Gymkhana, and once again, like before, we've speeded up the action a little bit because you folks are just too slow.
Are you saying that Susan's slow? It's a Porsche, 996 Porsche Turbo Cab.